to the channel, and this is a Fujitsu ErgoPro from 1998. It's an E366, but this one here is in a fairly shabby state, shall we say. So today we're going to start adding our own upgrades, such as the RAM, a brand new, well, it was brand new at one point in its life, it's used boxed CD-ROM drive from CTX, nice 52 speed model, a 20GB Samsung hard disk, a Fortron source power supplies, tad beat up, but it's power, running at 235 watts, along with our ribbon cables, and we'll also need our screwdrivers, and the screwdriver box of absolute hell. So just as I'm unscrewing this PC, I will tell you a little bit about its origins and how the story of this thing, and you know, all that. So I got this PC was given to me quite a while ago, and since then it has had a little bit of use because it does kind of work. However, it has been slowly dying, so I think what we're going to do is we're just going to upgrade it a little bit so that it's running at its best. From here you can probably see the grand selection of I/O. We have two PS2 ports, two USB ports, a serial, a parallel, the inbuilt graphics along with a joystick and 3 audio connections, and if we look further down you will see an Ethernet card. Now the next thing I need to do is take this cover off, which isn't going to be fun, so I'll turn it to its side, there's a pat test sticker there, and get this cover off, lift it, and you can see the contents of the PC. Now please ignore my terribly done Intel Celeron. It's been kind of wired together using that heatsink. That will be replaced with a Pentium 2 when the time comes. Inside you can see one of the RAM slots is broken, but it's not really causing me that much bother because I have another one. There is a floppy disk drive here, which is just focused in on, and this doesn't work, but I don't know if this doesn't work or if it's the controller on the board itself. There is a space in here for a CD-ROM drive, however I do not have one fitted, and that's what we will be doing today. Just as a side note, these cables have been modified by myself because I may have broke the original header set, and I'm aware that the power connector also doesn't work. The power button is non-functional, however I can get it to come on and stay on with a little bit of magic. First of all, we are going to fit the RAM, so we need to make sure these are pushed out. This machine originally came with two 32 meg sticks. It came with 32 megs from standard, which seems like absolutely nothing now. However, it had been upgraded. Unfortunately, I may have broke one of the RAM slots a while ago, so we'll just need to live with that. With this single Micron 128 meg stick. It's PC 133, but that means I can just work with the cache latency timings and everything and get it running perhaps a little bit faster. But unfortunately, my Celeron doesn't have the 133 MHz front side bus, and this board doesn't support it either because of the 440EX chipset. This PC also features an ATI Rage Turbo AGP 3D graphics card. That's a mouthful and a half. Complete with 4MB of onboard RAM and a Yamaha XG chip featured down here, which is absolutely amazing for DOS games. The next thing we'll do is get this hard drive in here, which is a 20GB Samsung hard disk from about 2001, not exactly period correct considering this thing came with a 2GB hard disk, but I'm not paying a fortune to get one. So we'll just try and wrestle this thing in. I've already put it in its bracket, which is a bonus considering all things considered. Right, that's that in. Now time to add the screw. Really should have paid for is this screwdriver magnetised? Yes, it is. So you'll be able to see there that this screw will go in. Very hard to do this while looking through the phone. And like so, it has been fitted. Before I add the power supply, I'm going to fit my CD-ROM drive, which means I will need to pop off the front of this PC. Just take these tabs here, here, and here. That side pops off. I might need to set it up. And then from the other side, there are more tabs, which I just need to get somehow, wrestle with them. And there you go, the front has popped off and it's fairly grubby, and you can clearly see where this is faded. This is went yellow. I don't know how well that shows up, but it's yellow. So here we have the front of this computer. You can clearly see I labelled these when I rewired them all. This here is gone, gubbed. I want to see if I can try and repair it at some point, see if I can get it to work well. There doesn't seem to be much spring in it. So what we'll do now is we'll do a little bit of an unboxing, and we shall open up the CD drive. This thing. It's a CTX CD-52S, 52x CD-ROM drive. And if I do this and this, open this here and here, and wrestle this out, you can see it isn't new. It does have the things on the side to stop it from getting battered. But there's my drive. Included with this IDE cable and a CD audio cable, which should do us just fine. So it's rather simple to put a disk drive in one of these computers. You just put it in like so, and then turn the PC round and make sure that these screw holes on the side line up properly so that you're not doing it like a dumb-handed twit. Right, yeah, where are they? Ah, they're there. Right, couldn't see them there. About there. And then what you'll do is you'll screw them in. Sometimes it helps when you're screwing these screws in to ideally attach the faceplate so you know where to line the CD drive up to. And if this screw would actually stick to my screwdriver, it would be doing it better. Come on, try to do this with one hand, it isn't convenient. Really should invest in a tripod that's a proper mount. And then you should be able to just screw that back into there. And obviously do the same for the other side. So anyway, before we add the power supply, which will obscure this area here, we must insert our ribbon cables. So first of all, you'll want to grab your ribbon cable and insert it into the IDE interface socket on the back of your CD drive, and then that will run down there and it will go into whatever one is the secondary one on your port down there. And I'm presuming it is this one for the sake of, okay, I can't get this in, for the sake of cable managing. But no, man. Okay, it's plugged in now and I didn't have a breakdown, so that's a bonus. Time to fit our CD-ROM audio cable, which has one of these kind of connectors on either end, as you can see here. First of all, you'll want to connect it to your CD drive on the back, with a little bit of wrestling, and then attach it the same way you did here, with the red to the up facing side on your motherboard, eventually, if you can actually do it. So there we go, that is that connected. I like to tuck it away so I'm not frying it on my processor. Try not to stick it out the back though, because you really should invest in an IO shield. Thankfully it's a standardised size with all these old motherboards, so you should be alright, because you don't want things getting stuck in the fingers or other things that aren't exactly fun. Next you'll want to attach your hard disk cables, and it's pretty much the same as the CD drive ones, except, well, it's the exact same actually. This notch needs to be where there's an empty space on there, and as such goes into there, and then you just try and tuck that cable away because you really don't want that in your road. Not that there's actually any airflow in this PC anyway. Pop that there. Just try and keep these as neat as possible, but you really can't, so just try. Or at least use your imagination, pretend everything is going well. So there you go, cables are a mess, but they'll do. Next one we'll probably want to install is a floppy disk one. So at the side it has that kind of rotated, that will go into here. and then this side goes into here, down in there, like so. Why is it not going in? Like the way you can see on your camera now. So we'll just tuck that away in there so that we never have to deal with that again in our lives till we replace the floppy disk drive, which I'm hoping we never have to do again. So keep that out of the way just so you can get your power supply connector in there. So I just made a realisation, so you can see here, somewhere down there, and there are screw mounts. Unfortunately in this case they're not the same, so I'm just going to have to wedge this in there until I can get it sorted. So if you may look here, I'm just going to drop this into here. Ideally you want your PC sitting like that, and perhaps I might move this back a little. Pop that in there and just make sure that when you're there that you can try and get those to kind of lock it in place. And now we need to try and get this little piggy here into wherever that connector down there is. And I need to try and get to that, so I'm going to take it off camera for a second. Thank goodness that's over. That's all I'm saying. So now we need to try and put this into here, and with this cable, oh wait, unplug that one. Plug this one in instead. I mean, they're the exact same, but however, they're both one shot, one's got less space connecting to this floppy drive. So we just want to plug that into there. This is hard. I don't like doing this myself, that's why nobody uses floppy disk drives anymore. And then that goes there, and then this spare cable here will connect to our CD-ROM drive. And hopefully if you've wired everything up right, you'll be doing fine. Right, we'll just pretend that all fits in there. Now, putting the lid on this thing isn't fun at all. So what you need to do is you need to lift it up, and just try and drop it onto here without snagging anything. Remove your hand, and then down on the side you can see how there's a little ledge. You need to try and get it to line up to these, otherwise it will sit and do that, which you don't want at all. So what you do is you lift it slightly so that you can drop it into the railings down on the side, and it should be fitted like so. And once you've got the cover back on, you just apply the screws to the rear and hope that you've done everything right. If your power supply doesn't fit, then you're probably going to need to take this cover back off to plug in, well, your plugs. So good luck and have fun. So there we have it. It's a fitted Fujitsu. Please ignore the floppy disk button. I will fix this. I will need to open this back up again. And for now, these are pretty decent cases. I mean, it's a Micro ATX standard one. So if you really wanted to, you could make it into some sleeper rig with like blazing fast performance. But that doesn't suit me. I want to use this the way it kind of left the factory, and then some, where I can play my old games and do some very, very light office work and open up the 5 websites that still work with Internet Explorer. So if you enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel to see the rest of what we're going to do to this machine. And also like and share it with your friends, try and get the word out, and I would really appreciate that. So thank you, and good night, good day, and adios.